Faint trickles of water slither down the slimy moss-covered stone of an ancient bastion of the kingdom doomed to forever twilight. Drip, 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 says the voice. I hate it when you do that, murmurs Renholder, leaning around the street corner, a speck of light in his outstretched hand. So naturally you do that. Seeing the way is clear, Renholder crosses the gloom. Clad in shining steel armor, a gambeson of padded cloth beneath it, and long, elegant boots of fine leather, he cuts a very impressive figure. Atop his head, a broad-rimmed hat of soft fabric tapers into a long point, while a silvery gray griffin's feather sprouts from it. And then there is the helmet. So much needed counterweight to all that pathos of yours, Ren, the voice giggles. Grimdark doesn't suit you. Something moves in the half-light of the ruined town hall. Something distinctly egg-shaped. Renholder waves a hand. The speck grows until a gentle white glow encircles the man's outreaching digits, arcane shimmering summoned forth with a thought. The light glimmers in his palm, almost a living thing. Meanwhile, all around him the darkness dances and shifts in harmony with his motions, a reflection of the glow held within his grasp. Says the disembodied voice in my head, he mutters, and moves deeper into the shadows, until finally, he vanishes from sight. And welcome to Renholder's little Let's Play video. First off, I just want to say big congratulations to the Unknown Studios for a very, very successful campaign. I believe they raised more money than their Aeon Trespass Odyssey Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I believe I did see a comment mentioning that. So huge congrats to them. I'm super, super excited to see where the development goes for this game. I'll be impatiently waiting for every 6 weeks for an update. But I'm excited to see things as they come along. But we're going to continue on with our demo Let's Plays. Last video, we of course did Sir Sanche's narrative-focused Let's Play. Unfortunately, ended in a failure. However, we did unlock some things through his Peril Arc, got a new ability and a new sword. And so we're going to be moving on through the rest of the nights and focusing on their narrative aspect. Of course, I'm still patiently waiting for the solo mode to come in. I did get in contact with Into the Unknown Studios, and they are, I believe, they are going to try to get me early access ahead of time so I could, so I can record some stuff for you all. So be on the lookout for that. But even if that doesn't come, to fruition, I will, of course, jump right on it right when it hits public. So, I think we're just ready to dive in. There are a little things I need to go over. First things first, of course, even though in the last video I did collect clues for everyone, I did not look into their stories to unlock new abilities and stuff like that, other than Sir Sanche, of course. So for Sir Sanche, we actually did unlock his, because he did fail his story, his quest, we did unlock his new Peril Arc, which is the Tenacious Peril Arc, which is just a straight upgrade over his Cunning Peril Arc. Gives us extra heat limit at every single level, so we should be at 4 there. Additionally, we'll be getting extra cards to refresh as we get more injured. Additionally, we did get an extra ability called Sanche Tactics, which sort of lets us shuffle the exploration discard pile and draw one at random, sort of extending the exploration deck if we need an extra turn. We can also use it in the combat to gain 3 heat and place 3 tokens in the, well, that should say Night Pool, obviously similar combat mechanics to Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Seems like they used some of the similar wording, so that should say Night Pool, of course. And then it's going to be, you can essentially just spend 3 heat to add 3 tokens of opening or break tokens, which is really, really strong, it sounds like. So I wanted to try this one out, so I removed Inside Info, since he does have a hand limit of 5, so we do have to remove one of his previous cards. And then last but not least, he did unlock his trusty longsword, which is, of course, just another straight-up upgrade over his broken sword, giving us the ability of having an extra power dice. We do get an extra break or opening token when we want to put one down. We also get auto break with it, when we get a critical chance, we get suppress, which essentially lets us reshuffle the discard pile of the AI or the BP deck into its respective decks. And then we also, if we're at the Grave Peril Arc, we can leave behind a free power every single time we attack. So very, very strong upgrade. I did actually look at in the past video as well, and I added up everyone's gold that they should have gotten from both the Mob Clash and the Boss Clash phase, because even if you do fail the fight, you still get loot from it. So we did get 1 Panzer Shell, and then we also got a bunch of gold. So I actually pooled together people's gold to get certain people extra bump in weapons. So I actually got an upgrade for Renholder. I improved his broken sword. We bought the bandit sword for 75 gold, which is just a small upgrade, both in attack bonus as well as getting an extra break or opening token when you attack. I also pooled together some money to get the weathered leather armor for Fleischritter, which allows him to get +1 on his evasion rolls, but also he can reroll up to 2 evasion dice for free without having to spend heat, and that's going to replace his dented breastplate, which might come in, might screw us over if we have to draw some bad Mortis or Judicium cards, but I wanted to try out this piece of armor. I think getting a +1 to your evasion roll plus being able to get free rerolls on evasion, especially for someone who's as heat limited as Fleischritter, is potentially very, very useful. And especially with his higher health pool, can maybe even elongate his, extend his life more so than dented breastplate can. All right, so with that out of the way, let us dive into the game. So, of course, we're going to be just only focusing on the narrative story of Renholder. I will be getting clues during the delve phase for everyone else as see fit, just to keep things in order as you would play a regular game. But I will not be using any of their delve abilities, and I will not be using any of their delve stories, and I won't be diving into that. So, we're of course not playing as you normally would, but to be able to do every single thing with 4 knights as a solo player, that's not something I'm willing to do. So we're going to focus on Renholder's story and see where we can go. So let's read his chapter 1 and see why he is in the Principality of Stone. The tavern bustles with activity around you, the crowding patrons eager to taste the many libations on offer after a hard day's work. You sit in the corner, hiding in the shadow of the staircase leading up to the rooms, one of which you have rented for the night. From there, you watch the denizens of the town go about their evening revelries, faint strains of song, and the occasional rebellious joke washing over a dozen conversations. So clueless are they, having no insight into the great void that lurks just beyond the candlelight since the dawn of man, ever voracious, ready to swallow their souls as soon as they take one false step into... "You're doing it again, Ren," the voice berates you in your head. "Stop it, it's irritating. Besides, there he is." The voice is right. A man with rodent-like features, a long pointed nose, and sparse whiskers, sprouting from a pockmarked face, make his way to the bar, ordering a drink before settling into a seat at a large round table. Immediately, a deck of cards appears in his hand, the fingers shifting swiftly to manipulate the painted cards. You approach the table, the gambler looking at you suspiciously, but offering a smile. The grin hides a flash of hunger that appears and vanishes from his eyes, but you notice it. You know the features of a predator when you see them. "Welcome, noble sir," he greets, smirking behind the gray of his whiskers. "Come to share a hand with an old fool?" "I'm game if you are, friend." The cards are dealt and a few hands play. Some you win, others you lose, all the while you note the gambler giving you just enough of an incentive to keep playing, just enough of a promise of rewards to entice you. Then, suddenly, your fortunes turn and every hand seems to be against you. Finally, the last coin vanishes from your pouch, although you are not surprised. "Oh, hard luck, noble sir," the rat-faced man sneers. "Seems like fortune favors me today." "One more hand," you insist. "Perhaps I can wager this." You produce a small trinket, a metallic oval, and roll it over the table. The Easter egg stops right by the pile of coins. That is a valuable prize indeed," he stammers. "I fear I have nothing I could wager to match such a trinket." "Oh, I think there is something you could offer." You lean forward, eyes glinting like steel. "You could tell me about the night trade, the eggs, the missing children." Silence falls upon your table for a long, long moment, the figure across from you paling as all the blood drains from his features. You place your hand on the pommel of your sword staff. "Nowhere to run, ignoble sir." And then you see it in his eyes. Something hidden behind the facade of the sly swindler, hidden behind the facade of the humble old man. And you know you fell for the true con. Before you can react, a flash of darkness floods the room in black, momentarily blinding you. When you come to, the man's already gone. "This is getting interesting," says the voice. "Did you mark the coins?" "You were there," you reply impatiently. You did, if that wasn't clear enough. And the trail leads to the very edge of the deep fog and the Principality of Stone beyond it. Figures. Alright, so our objective for this delve: we need to track down the rat-faced man. There's no telling how long the deep fog will remain passable, but if he falls foul of a beast or succumbs to the curse of petrification, then all hope of learning about the night trade will fade. We need to gain at least 4 mystic or blue clues, and 2 errant or green clues, and win the boss clash. We have 2 story events that trigger at 2 mystic clues and 1 errant clue, and 4 mystic clues and 2 errant clues. And then we have additional rules where when we enter a new kingdom with a point of interest, we can place a Lux token on the night from the night sheet onto this point of interest. If you do, you'll reveal the top kingdom card from any kingdom deck. And with that, I think we are ready to go. We're going to have Renholder start the party. And of course, if you are new and this is the first video coming across, we are not going to be talking about rules and stuff like that. I want to try and keep these videos fairly high-paced. And so I won't be talking about exactly how to do things. If you are unsure how to learn or unsure how to play the game, definitely check out my beginner's guide. And that should lay things out step by step so you can follow along. But I think we're ready to go. So Renholder's turn first. I think we're going to travel north. We're going to start getting our mystic clues out of the way since that is the more needed clues. So we're going to head north, reveal a medium card. And nice, there is a nice spread of things. So it is a medium card, so we do have to raise our threat level by 1. And we do get a mystic clue for both Renholder as well as Fleischritter's also looking for mystic clues. Let's put these out of our discard pile. And let's resolve our first exploration card. Illumination. Wow, look at that. We got the Renholder's Kingdom Adventure on his turn. So Renholder is resolve a Kingdom Adventure. Renholder is the party leader. If you gain a clue from this adventure, gain any clue of your choice instead. All right, so this could get us a nice little bump in clues. All right, so 10 is the 1 spot. Black is the 1 spot. So we got 7 and we got a 9. So 79. That is going to be the pile. I don't think I've gotten this one before. There's a pile of bodies on the side of the road, rotting corpses that the crows have started to feast on. How they ended up like this is beyond you, but they are bound to attract monsters. You could burn them, and it might prevent the spread of disease as well, but the fire is sure to attract other scavengers, the humankind. So as a group, we have to decide. We can burn the bodies and risk facing bandits, which causes every knight to delay 1 ability card. However, they get to gain 1 temporary evasion token, which is only used for 1 evasion attempt, so that's not that great. Or we can let monsters get rid of the bodies, which, we have to escalate the next clash, or at the start of the next clash, we have to escalate 1. And I believe that goes for both the AI and the BP. However, it would get us a clue. Both these are really, really bad. You know what? I believe in our new gear. We're going to let the monsters get rid of the bodies. It wouldn't be wise to attract more attention, and so you leave the bodies as they are. A mile away, you hear blood-chilling roars and some kind of strangled cry. You don't wait around to find out what that is. At the start of the next clash, we have to escalate 1, and 1 knight gains 1 green or red clue. And I will just get a green clue for, of course, Renholder. And let's put a red square on these just so I can remember to escalate when the time comes to it. All right, and we have our time to use abilities now. So let's use Empower, I think, for Renholder, which we get to gain 1 heat to place the card on our night sheet, and then every subsequent turn, at the start of it, we get to place a Lux token on the sheet. Once there's 3, we discard it and move the Lux tokens on our night sheet, essentially powering up, gaining Lux over time, and then being able to actually utilize that after 3 turns. So stockpiling our energy. All right, and I don't think I'm going to use anything else. We could use Smoke Daclin to get a Fleisch token for Fleischritter, but there are story ways for Fleischritter to get Fleisch tokens. So I think we'll hold off on that. All right, so we have actually knowing that I would have actually known that we have a green clue to the right here. So actually, let's swap out because we had our illumination card. If we gain any clue from this adventure, we can gain any clue of our choice instead. So we'll just actually swap out that green for another blue because we're going to be getting a green anyways. All right, so let's end our turn, pass our token over to Kara, and then because it's the start of the delve round, we're going to take a Lux token and place it on our Empower sheet. So we're going to head east, and we're going to resolve another medium card, which gets us a Merchant District, which is a +1 threat, nothing else. However, there is a Panzer Gate that does lock down behind us. We do get our green token for both Renholder and for Sir Sanj, because he's looking for those as well. Unfortunately, a Panzer Gate does slam down behind us, and we do raise our threat by 1. Now, luckily, we do trigger our first story event already, so pretty quick on. So a pretty good start to our narrative aspect. So, sorry for the zooming in and zooming out. After you gain 2 Mystic Clues and 1 Errant Clue, immediately see 1. The squat shack hunches next to the street like a timid scavenger trying to avoid notice as it gnaws at near bare bones. Its windows are shuttered, the thatched roof beginning to sag as the timbers beneath rot away, just like a man is consumed by decease from the inside out. That might be disease. The front door has been broken open, a gaping black maw leading into the vastness of darkness, like, what's with the life metaphors, Ren? Feeling depressed? Need a hug or St. John's blessing? Fuck off. The words escape from behind your clenched lips. Your companions look at you funnily, not quite sure if they should be offended or worried. You need to control yourself. Whisper if you have to. These people were kind enough to invite you into their company. No need to give them ideas, especially after what happened last time. Vulgar, murmurs the voice. You're going full eremite, Ren. You approach carefully, wary of each and every step you make. The shadows loom over you, silence emanating from within. Been some time since I've seen you nervous, the voice continues. Rat face spooked you, huh? That foreign weave. You bite your tongue. It's pointless to argue with, to all intents and purposes, yourself. It's not like the voice will go away or shut up if you yell at it. It'd probably get more agitated. We're the closest we've been in years. I'm not going to lose the trail now. You try a different approach. So stop distracting me. You make a simple observation and suddenly you're unwanted. The voice suddenly grows quiet. Do your black work in silence then. You step inside a desolate homestead. Little remains in the way of intact furnishings. A few scattered pieces of a shattered table, some scraps of cloth, shards of a broken bowl, armor plates on walls, of course, and nothing. The place has been abandoned for some time. You spot a few footprints in the thick layer of dust that coats the floor. Multiple sets. Recent, if you had to guess, but it is hard to tell just by looking. Luckily, you have other options open to you. I know what you're thinking, the voice pipes up. Obviously, and while I'm all for toying with the strands of reality, because God wanted man to tamper with the heavenly firmament, clearly, that's why the place is so tightly locked. Are you really sure you want to try something like that here? As a curse in the air in this land, you're sure to attract something if you meddle with its energies. So Renholder gets to choose. We can use our magic to execute a more thorough, but also more visible search of the homestead. We gain 1 edge. Or we refrain from using our magic and carry out a more cautious search like a mundane human, which we lose 1 curse level. And we also get 2 story events. We're only at curse level 1, so I think we're going to say screw it. We'll use our magic. We're going to gain 1 edge, and edge can potentially help us if we lose the delve. But we still have our clues and we still get some edge. We might be able to use that edge to get a partial success. And so we need to gain 1 edge and see story number 2. You raise your hand. Arcane energies already beginning to swirl around it. Your companions move away cautiously. Right. They did not know you possess a talent. Well, good as any to find out. In the back of your skull, you hear the disembodied voice sigh deeply, giving the ethereal equivalent of a shoulder shrug as it prepares to aid you in your magical efforts. Ektheon. Milare. Gaisaith. The words tumble from your mouth, seeming to take on a life of their own as you utter them. After the few first syllables, the spell takes over, its momentum pushing you as much as your conscious effort. Its seeds have begun to germinate, and to stop now would be immensely foolish. A sphere of light appears in your hand, the clean white radiance casting long dark shadows. You try not to look at your feet, where you are aware you will see 2 entirely separate shadows connected to you, and 1, will have a grinning smirk, and 2 cruel mocking eyes. Light isn't your friend. You turn your gaze to the walls of the homestead. There, flickering shadows are being cast, tracing the outline of shapes that are no longer there. A silhouette of the past, reflecting a single recent moment. You see 2 shadows move through the building, conversing with one another. One hunches considerably, while the others stand tall, inhumanly so. The shorter of the pair you recognize as the outline of the rat-faced man, his groveling stature unmistakable. Something has passed between the pair, a small package. The shorter figure scurries away, sidling out of the homestead and vanishing, leaving only the tall, pot-bellied shadow. You watch for a moment longer, observing the tall creature pace back and forth, examining the package. There is something happening with the shadow, almost as if there was another person behind the big one. It abruptly pauses, spine stiffening, and then the head twists, snapping around to fix its gaze on something. On you. Fear blossoms as you feel the piercing stab jab at you. Then, in a flash, the spell ends and the shadows vanish, leaving you alone in the dingy interior of the abandoned homestead. What just happened? One of your companions asks, concerned, as they help you up. Shit happened, you think? You say? I've announced us. So here's an active time event. We're not going to be doing this, but this would sort of help Fleischwerder a little bit, would create sort of a bond if he wants to. However, we do gain 1 despair. We also lose -X health, where X is the number of mystic clues on your night sheet. Raise the threat level by 1, or gain the fear condition card and return to the delve. So we have 2 mystic clues, so we do lose 2 health, which does bring us down to 7. So we do go up to 5 for our heat limit, which is nice. However, we are going to take the fear card instead of raising the threat level by 1. We also do gain despair on our card, which isn't really going to have much of an effect, I believe, in the demo, but we'll just do it out of habit. And yeah, we're going to gain the fear condition card. I do want to manage my threat appropriately, and I think we're already at 3. Don't want to make that any higher than it needs to be. So let us get our fear card. Essentially gives us -2 precision. However, if we do a wound, we actually get a positive precision token. And because we upgraded our bandit short sword, this isn't as negative, so shouldn't impact us too much. All right, that is going to be our delve for there. So we don't get anything else, so we do still have to resolve our exploration card. And we get Panzergate. So we place a Panzergate on the path you used to travel onto this kingdom card. Well, that already happened for us, so we don't have to do anything there. And we don't have enough threat to gain a curse. So we're going to end our turn, and we are going to pass the token over at the start of the turn. We're going to get another Lux token for Renholder. And I think we can start managing our threat and go down, which might not be a bad idea. Or we could go with another medium card. What are we at? 3 threat? Even though we don't need a red card, I think I would like to keep our options more open. So yeah, let's do red. Ooh, there's no blue or green cards or clues, unfortunately. People do get red tokens though, for those that need it. And we do raise our threat by 1. All right, for our exploration card for this, we have Revealing Tremors. Ooh, place this card next to the exploration deck and place a treasure hoard token on the closest unused point of interest. Well, I don't believe we've revealed any more, so it's going to be Crossroads. And what sucks about this is we have to flip the kingdom cards between the tile and your current position face down. You cannot travel through those tiles. When you travel onto the kingdom card with the treasure hoard token, roll a dice and resolve the effect, and we can potentially gain something else. So that really, really sucks. So we can't go back this direction. That effectively would destroy the Panzergate too. So essentially we'll have to like go down or something and like loop around to connect ourselves back if we want to try and get this treasure token. That is if we really care about it. There aren't really any great things to go this way though, so we might have to do that, or at least try to do that. I guess we could go up and start lowering our threat, so that's not the worst thing in the world. All right, let's end our turn and let us go to Sersange. So at the start of Sersange's delve round, we're going to get our last Lux token onto our Empower sheet. Since we have 3 of them now, we get to remove those and put those on our night sheet so they can be usable. And we will discard our Empower card. Okay, well, I mean, we can go down and have the potential to connect here to get the treasure. Or we can just head up and just ignore the curse that's on here. We do have a card with Kara where we're able to ignore a curse gain, but I think I'd rather save that. So I think we'll just head up and we'll start exploring. So we're going to head north with a small card. Ooh, nice, we got a Crossroads. Now, unfortunately, it's going to make it impossible to go left because any card that we choose is not going to be able to connect to here, causing it to be an invalid path. They don't have rules as to exactly what happens in that case, so I really hope they do add something in there. And yeah, that definitely makes this delve... That makes the delve phase pretty awkward sometimes, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is. It is a small card. We do get to reduce our threat by 1. And let us resolve our exploration card. Oh boy, another Panzergate. So place a Panzergate on the path you used to travel onto this kingdom card with. 2 Panzergates in a row. Oof. Well, I guess we're heading... I guess we're just going to keep lowering our threat. Very unlikely we're ever going to get this treasure hoard token now. And yeah, no abilities I think we're going to use. We're just going to save all of our gas for the fight, I think. So it is Renholder's turn again. We only have one direction to go. So let us go again. Okay, luckily it's not a dead end. However, unless we find a medium card or something, we're going to just keep getting small cards, and that might run us into a dead end. We do get to lower our threat back to 2. So now is the time where we do want to start finding some heavy cards. This might also be a point where we want to... Oh, no, we got rid of insider info. That really sucks. We could use Rally, I guess, next turn. So that might be beneficial. All right, let us resolve another exploration card for this turn. Panzergeist Possession. During our next travel step, choose your travel direction at random. If it is impossible, then each knight loses 1 health instead, and choose a direction as normal after that. So this is really bad because we're in a... we can only go north or south, so unless we go one of those directions, we're going to take a damage. All right, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, but there's not much else that we're going to really do, so let us give the turn token to Kara. We got to choose our travel direction at random. 1 to 2 is north, 3 to 4 is east, so on and so forth. Ooh, that sucks. All right, 3 to 4. So that is going east. We can't travel in that direction, though, so everyone loses 1 health. That does start increasing our heat limit, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still not great. Still not great. All right, so then we can choose our direction. So we're just gonna head south. I think we are gonna use Rally though. So when you're about to travel onto an unexplored kingdom card, draw 2 of that size and choose 1 to move on to, and then shuffle that one into the deck. Just because we really don't want to hit a dead end here. So we're gonna draw 2. Okay, so we got one leading to a medium. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that, or we're gonna choose this one. We were gonna draw this one anyways, but it was good to make sure. Now it is a small card still, so we get to get our threat back down all the way down to 0, or 1, I guess, the lowest. So at least now we're set up. So hopefully the next medium card reveals like a extra large or a large. Let's make sure we have a lot of room for that. And then let us resolve our exploration card for this. Follow the meat. Hey, this is what I was talking about. So Fleischritter is the party leader. We resolve a kingdom adventure, and he can gain 2 health or place a Fleisch token. And we're definitely going to give him a Fleisch token, because he can actually use that in the fight to heal 3 with one of his cards anyways. Or he could potentially use it in the Dell phase to gain more heat limit. All right, so let us see what we get. Oh, that's not what I want to do. So our kingdom adventure, we get a... Ooh, we get a 10 and 3. So we got... well, that's going to be 3. If we got double 10s, then that'd be 100. But we got 3. That's going to be a song in the silica. You descend into an suburban cave uncovered by a recent rock slide. The broken pieces of sick glass bared by the toppled buildings that besiege you from both sides of the artificial cave shepherd the fighting daylight deep into the tunnel network. As you round a twist in the passage, you are greeted by a glittering sight. Crystals of varying hues glimmer in the faint light, the glow reflected in the myriad shades of violet, crimson, and azure. The crystalline growths cover the walls of the crumbling tenement houses and the cobblestone floor of the cave in a shimmering curtain, dropping all the way from the ceiling above you. A shining forest. So each knight has to test Wisdom 8 or higher as the target number. As a group, you can choose to gain a curse level to add +2 to each test. Well, that we are going to be able to get another Mystic Clue for Renholder if we succeed, so I think I'm going to do that. However, instead of gaining the curse level, I think we are going to use Kara's card called the Daughter of the Wild. So when you're about to gain curse, gain 1 heat to ignore up to 1 curse gain. And we discard this card. So we won't have to raise our curse, but we still get the benefit. And yeah, we have to roll wisdom. So we get to add our wisdom stat for Sir Sanch. That is going to be 1. So he has effectively a +3. That's going to be 6 + 3 is 9. So that is going to be a success. For Renholder has wisdom 2. So we effectively have +4. 8 + 4 is 12. That is going to be a success as well. For Kara has no wisdom, so it's just a straight 2 + 2. That's a 3, so that's going to be a fail. I am going to re-roll that with a heat. There we go, 9. Okay, so we got all the successes we need, so we'll just roll for Fleischritter just in case. We get 100% just for principle's sake, and that's going to be a fail, and I'm not going to spend a heat to re-roll that. So we got our 3 successes we need. All right, so as you carefully navigate the jagged floor, you notice the crystalline forest around you grows more dense. The pillars seem to thrum with barely contained energy, and you swear you see images flicker beneath the surface of the violet growths. It almost seems alive. You suddenly feel thirsty and feel a renewed drive to strike out further into the kingdom's Forlorn. You gather some crystal shards. Perhaps they will have some value back beyond the fog. Each knight gains 10 gold, and 1 knight gains 1 mystic clue. Perfect. We are doing pretty damn well. All right, and we'll get another Mystic Clue to Renholder, of course. So we have 3 out of the 4 we need for that, and we have 1 more errant clue to get, and then we'll get our last token or story event. So we might be able to, man, it'd be pretty sweet if we actually get our first story event, or all of our story events out of the way and clues with the first delve. Okay, so that is our exploration card. I don't think we're going to use any abilities, so let us pass over the token. And we are going to just keep heading north, so we get to resolve a medium card this time, luckily. Nice, and there's both, oh, there's blue and green. Unfortunately, a Panzer Gate does appear to the east, so we are going to have a Panzer Gate slam down. Luckily, there is a space we can go to the left, which is still a medium card, which is nice. Plus, this is another point of interest. I don't think I'm going to use a Lux token. Well, maybe it actually might be useful. Because I could reveal the next medium card, which we're going to anyways. Although that doesn't really help us, because I mean that is the way we're 100% going anyways. Yeah, we'll just leave that. So we do get a historic clue for Kara and Sir Sanch. It is also a medium card, so our threat does go up to 2. We're doing pretty well though. I'm pretty happy with our progress. We haven't been too injured. Renholder's not doing so hot though. He's already down a third of his health. All right, so let's do our exploration card. Phantom Thief. Ooh, no! Each knight loses 1 clue of the type they have the most of. If a knight cannot lose a clue, they delay a chosen card from their hand instead. Place those clues on the furthest unused point of interest. If there are no unused point of interest, which there isn't, unfortunately, because this is both used now, and we're on the other point of interest. Oh, so we just lose them. Shoot. The clues are lost, and each knight gains +1 passion. Oof. All right, so everyone luckily does have a clue, so we'll just get rid of we'll just get rid of that for Fleischritter. We'll get rid of that for Kara. Renholder has the most mystic clues, so we have to get rid of that, and we'll just get rid of a historic clue there. Now that being said, I mean this is good for the fight, but bad for our narrative progress. So since there's no unused point of interest, the clues are lost, everyone gains 1 passion. At least we'll start the fight at level 1 passion, so I mean, it'll make the first fight go better, considering we have to escalate right away because of that story event. Gives us a little bit of an edge. All right, so that's going to be it for that turn. Again, we're not going to use any abilities, I think. Do I want to use Smoke Daclin? I think I'd rather save that for a potential heal. We already got our heat increased. Yeah. I think it's going to hold off. So let us have Sir Sanch go. Sir Sanch, we're just going to go left. We're just going to go west to get that green errant clue that we need. Dang, still only small and medium still. So it's a medium card, so we get 1 threat. We are getting an errant clue for both Renholder and Sir Sanch. All right, so we got our 2 errant clues, luckily. At least that's out of the way. And let us resolve our last exploration card. So there will still be 1 more travel step after this, but that's okay. Stonequake. Oh boy. Place a Panzer Gate on X paths where X is your current curse level. Luckily it's just 1. We're starting from the path you used to travel on, going clockwise until there's only 1 valid path left. All right. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. I don't think we were planning on backtracking anyways. So that's going to be it for that. And all right, so last turn last chance to use abilities. Don't think we're going to use... I could use Light Trick, actually. Get another Lux token. Are there any things that we want to really use a lot of Lux tokens for, though? I don't think so. I mean, I could use Light Trick, but I think thanks to Empower, we've already done that. Yeah, I think I'd rather save Light Trick for using right away. All right, so let us go back to Renholder. We're going to head west and go on to another medium card. We're almost out of medium cards, actually. Oof, man, we're getting all the medium cards that unfortunately are having large markers on other sides on the paths that we're heading onto. All right, so our threat goes up by 1. Everyone gets a martial clue to whoever needs it. All right. And that is going to be it. So we don't have any exploration cards to do. So now we head on to the fight phase, the first mob phase. So let's move everything all over. And so we can get that all ready. And I'll be back. And I already have everything set up here. All of our BP cards. I've already randomized the positions of the mobs. And I've already, shuffle all these again. Now we do have to escalate. Now it's escalate 1. I'm just going to check the rule book quickly and see if that we get to choose which one we do, or if it's escalate 1 that we have to do both of them. All right, we are back, and unfortunately, when it says escalate X, X being a number, we have to escalate both the AI and the BP. So we take the leftmost lowest BP card for the mob, which was a level 1 here, and we upgraded that to a level 2, a randomly chosen level 2. And we, of course, took out a level 1 card from the AI deck and shuffled in a level 2. Oh, that's not great. But luckily, we all start with level 1 Passion. And, we're not super injured. Renholder is definitely in the worst spot, so it's going to be very, very sketchy for him. We do have to be very, very careful about him. We've, of course, flipped all of our cards to the clash side, except for the ones that are still in our delayed and discard, and we'll flip those back over when they get into our hand. I've placed everyone around. Of course, we want to keep Renholder and Sir Sanch, I think, in the middle, because they are the squishiest, technically. But yeah, we're just gonna... oh, man. We're gonna see how this goes. For just a quick recap, I'm not going to read over everything like I did in the last video, just in order to keep the pace up. I'm guessing if you're on the second gameplay video, you probably know exactly sort of what these Ironcast did too, but we'll do a quick overview. So we're fighting them at level 1, so they have, it's a 7 or higher to hit them. They have 5 movement, and the mob as a total has 5 wounds, so we have to kill 5 of the mob standees to progress. And so they also have Gang Up X and Swarm X. Gang Up essentially pushes us towards other mob standees, and then Swarm essentially makes every attack not every attack that has Swarm X do a certain amount of extra damage depending on how many other mobs are adjacent to the attacker. So yeah, not great. All right, so enemies get to go first. So we're going to activate the first mob standee, which is number 1, and that is going to be right here. Isolator. So it's 3 dice. We have to have a 9 or higher to dodge. Closest non-engaged knight in range. That is going to either be Sir Sanch or it's going to be Renholder or Kara. I think it has to target Renholder because Renholder ended the delve phase with the priority target token. I don't know if they have rules for what you're supposed to do at the start of the delve phase or start of the fight phase. If you just go with whoever had the priority target token at the end of the delve phase, or the party turn token. So I guess we'll just keep it like that. This probably screws me over still, but that's okay. All right, so it's going to target Renholder. It's going to move and attack. If we have 3 or higher heat, it's an extra dice roll. If target is not adjacent to any mob, gang up 3. Each hit does 1 damage, and then after attack, it's going to be gang up 3 instead. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and it is going to be 3 dice on a 9 or higher. We get to dodge. I mean, we did roll 4 9s once, so, maybe we will get lucky again. Oh, we got 1 9. All right, so it's not the worst thing in the world. We have a lot of heat, so I think I am just going to spend 2 heat to re-roll 2 of those. Yeah, let's do that. That's 7 to 5. All right, so that is going to be a fail. We could also spend 1 Lux token to block one, so that blocks one of them. It only does 1 damage here, so I think I'm just going to leave it. We are going to be able to still roll our armor dice for our dented breastplate. We're looking for a chalice symbol. All right, we did get a chalice symbol, so that is going to be a reduction in damage by 1. So we only take 1 damage thanks to our dented breastplate, so not the worst thing in the world. We go down to 5, which is still at our major level, so we do have to resolve a level 2 Mortis card. Let's make sure to give these a shuffle. Wilder's Tenacity. Immediately reposition 1, 2 if you're Kara, or hug 3 and 4 if you're Kara. So we know he still has to gang up 3. So I think he actually does the first one since we are not adjacent to any mob. He is going to gang up 3. The closest other mob in front, I believe, is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it's going to be 7. So he's going to push 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In the closest path possible. And after attack, he's going to gang up 3 as well. So if he's going to gang up 3 again, I think we're going to want to hug 3. And I believe hug can actually be diagonal, if I'm not mistaken. Hug. If an adjacent enemy during a modifier move X spaces cardinally or diagonally, each space you move to, must be occupied, unoccupied, and adjacent to an enemy. You cannot perform movement through a corner between 2 occupied spaces. Okay. So we can't actually hug to get over here because this was an occupied space. Oh, actually, no, this isn't an occupied space. This is just a difficult terrain. So I could go 1, 2, 3. How does that even work, though? Because after attack, if he gains up 3, does he... Oh, he does turn towards a target. So if we go 1, 2, 3, the closest would be here then, and he would essentially just go backwards. Which I guess is fine. I definitely don't want to get swarmed, so I think we're going to go 1, 2... oh, that actually pushes me here anyways. I guess it's not the worst thing. Either I'd rather not have an extra standee over here essentially, and I'd rather be pushed back here. All right, so we'll do that. We'll just hug up to 2, and that goes back, and we'll just shuffle that back in. All right, and then after attack we gang up 3, so he's going to turn to face us, and he's going to push us to the closest other mob. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Luckily, he doesn't get us all the way up there. And hopefully, we can actually get rid of these fellas. All right, so that's going to be number 1. Oh, no, we got the level 2 next, and they do get another turn. So it's going to be standee number 2 going. Oh, boy, it's a level 2 AI. All right, it's going to be this one in the left side at the top there. See what happens. Swarmagore. 2 dice, 8 or higher. Closest engaged knight in range. That is going to be Renholder, but 1, 2, 3. There's no way for him to get in range, so it's going to be closest knight in front in range. That's going to be either Fleischritter or Sir Sanch. Let's have him target Fleischritter, the tankier fellow. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be move and attack. Each hit does 2 damage. Swarm 1. Luckily, no other mob is adjacent, so no extra damage. However, it is going to be a knockdown. We do have enough heat, so we can night roll out of range of that. So that's fine. However, he's going to gang up 3, but that's okay, I think. All right, so it's 2 dice, 8 or higher. However, because we have our weathered leather armor, we get +1 to our evasion roll. So effectively, we have to roll a 7 or higher on the dice, and we do get 2 free rerolls thanks to this, which is really, really nice. All right, so we're going to roll 2 dice. We have 7 or higher. Ooh, okay, we got a natural 10. We got a critical evade. Doesn't unfortunately matter. And man, each hit does 2 damage. 2 damage is a fair amount. 7 or higher is a more reasonable thing to avoid. I think we already have heat refresh 3, so we might as well spend 1 heat. It leaves us 2 heat left over to night roll. So we're gonna re-roll this. We got a 4. Oh shoot, wait, never mind. I didn't need to spend heat for that. We actually got a free reroll. Unfortunately, I rolled a 4, so it's still gonna be a hit. Unfortunately, each hit does 2 damage. Oops, wrong way. And we don't have a breastplate, so we don't get to roll armor dice. That brings us down to 10, so we're still in minor. So we draw a level 1 Mortis card. Ooh, what is this? Vision of the Grawl. You may gain 1 passion. Holy crap, that is... wow, that is a pretty strong one for a level 1. Damn. All right, and there is, if you look at the left to the knockdown, there's a little window of opportunity marker. So we are going to use 2 heat, and we're going to use night roll. And we're going to move 1 space out of the way. Which means that since we're not adjacent anymore, we don't have to suffer knockdown. However, we do have to... he is going to gang up 3 now. And the closest one in front is going to be Ironcast Dead 1. So he's going to go 1, 2, push us this way. And 3. Try to get us closer to old knight number 1. All right, that wasn't too bad though. Could have been a much scarier first round. So then we'll put these down to mark for next turn, and now it is our turn. So, oh, there's a lot of level 2s now, unfortunately. There's a lot of level 2s. Now, we definitely want to get rid of stuff that's already adjacent to us, I think. So I think we're going to try to get rid of some of these. We do have better weapons now. So it's much more viable. Question is, who do we want to use first? Fleischritter, unfortunately, still has a -1 weapon, so he's not in the best place. So I think we're going to try to get a lot of opening tokens in there. Which I think we're going to use Renholder. Yeah, let's use Renholder. So let's activate Renholder so he has card Heat Refresh 2. And we also have Card Refresh 1. So this goes back into our hand. And we are going to, I think, just attack with our Bandit Sword. I think we probably should move first. Let's go 1, 2. Let's move to the other side of this, and we're going to attack Ironcast number 1. Hopefully this level 2 BP isn't too bad. Alternatively, I could go for like number 5, which is a level 1. Yeah, it does make the swarm less actually too, so yeah, let's do that instead. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get in behind here. Far away from all the other mobs, I think. And we're going to attack number 5, which is a level 1 BP. Alright, so we are going to also, I think... Question is, do I want to use Knight Tactics now? Considering there's nothing in the Knight pool yet, we probably should. And actually, before I move... It might actually be better to use Rush. So we are going to use our Rush ability. We can actually use a Lux token instead of gaining Heat. Which might not be the worst thing in the world. We have 3 of them. I don't think I'm going to use all of mine. And I don't think I'm going to... I'll probably use one at least for Blinding Light. Could actually use Light Trick. Actually, yeah, let's just gain a Heat instead. Actually, before we do that, let's spend... Yeah, let's just use Light Trick now. To spend 1 Lux token and get 2 Cantrip tokens in there, which allows us to change into opening or break tokens when we attack. And then we'll use our Rush, so we'll gain a Heat, and we can move and attack with Auto Break 1. We have to move at least 3 spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to attack number 5 here. And yeah, we have +3 on our Bandit Sword, Short Sword. We also get to gain a Passion. And we have a free reroll with it as well. So we have +3 there. I think I'm going to change these both to break tokens. Actually, we'll do 1 of each. 1 opening and 1 break. We do get another break token for auto break anyways, thanks to our Rush ability. So we have 1 opening token in there, so that's +4 effectively. And we have to get a 3 or higher on the dice because we have to hit 7 or higher. That's going to be a 2, so we get a free reroll with our sword. Oh, that wasn't a roll. That's a 6, so that's going to be a successful hit. So let us see what we get with... oh yeah, first ability window. Let us get our auto break token. And let us see what BP number 5 is. Okay, so it is Armor Head. So it's one of the harder level 1s. So we have to... 4. When we Instinct, it's going to activate the furthest mob, unfortunately. But let's see what we can do here. So our Bandit Short Sword gets 2 power dice. We also get 1 for our character sheet, so we get 3 total. We're looking for 4... swords, and we can utilize 2 chalices for break tokens and turn those into power as well. Oh, nice. So we got 2 swords there. We got a sword there, so it's 3, and we have 2 chalices, and we have 2 break tokens, so it's an extra 2 power. So we have 5 power total. Not enough, unfortunately, to get both the required wound and the over bonus, but still, we got the successful wound, and we'll resolve that instinct afterwards. So that's a successful wound. So that kills off that mob. And now we clear the Knight pool. Let us leave our tokens behind. So we get to leave a Lux token actually in there. So we can utilize that further. And we also get to leave a cantrip token behind and also 2 opening or break tokens. So I think we're going to leave, let's see, probably Fleischwerder is going to attack next. So I think we're going to leave 2 opening behind. Because that cantrip token can be turned into a break for Fleischwerder. Yeah, let's do that. And then, of course, that was a level 1. So we take it to level 1 and shuffle in a level 2 AI card. And that's that. All right, so now we have to do our reaction for this. So draw AI for the furthest mob. That is going to be 8 over there. So it's going to be a mass. So it's closest engaged knight in range. It's Fleischritter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, not in range. So it's going to be then closest knight in front in range. That is Sir Sanch. It's going to be each hit does 1 damage, swarm 1, and knockdown. Unfortunately, Sir Sanch does not have knight roll. 1, 2, 3. He is very immobile. So you have 3 dice, dodging on a 8 or higher. Ooh, a 7, 3, and a 1. Could spend 3 dice to re-roll that. I might just want to spend 2 heat to re-roll. Because I could also then use my Rusted Shield to block 1. Although, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. It does a swarm 1, but no one else is nearby. And luckily we do have a knight in zone 2. Thanks to Fleischritter being there, so we don't have to worry about after attack. Let's just try and negate some damage, yeah. So let's just reroll 2. We don't want to use too much of our heat right away. Alright, so we dodge 1. Unfortunately, 1 does still clip us. So overall, that's going to be 2 hits. So each hit does 2 damage. Or each hit does 1 damage. We get a roll for our dented breastplate. Did not get our chalice symbol, so it's going to be 2 damage. Yeah, I don't think it's worth using our Rusted Shield just yet. So we go down to 7. We're still on minor, so we draw a level 1 Mortis card. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Gash, lose 1. Ooh, lose 1 health. Shuffle this card back into the Mortis deck and perform a Mortis draw again. All right, so we lose 1 health. We got Paper Cut. That does bring us down to our major level. However, we're already at heat limit 5, so we don't change that. And I believe we... Oh, I should have looked at that. Since we're at a new Mortis level, I still think we just redraw from that deck, I think. I'll play like that. That could be incorrect, but I apologize if I misgot that. Butcher's Touch. Hey, you may gain 1 passion, or 2 if you're Fleischritter. All right, well, that sort of worked out. We essentially traded a health for a passion. Not the worst thing in the world, I guess. Not the worst thing in the world. And then, unfortunately, do suffer knockdown. Luckily, we do have ways to get Sir Sanch back up. Also, just to keep track of who's went, let's grab some tokens. So that was off Renholder. So Renholder's activated. And that is going to be their thing. So we don't have to worry about after attack because we do have Fleischritter in zone 2. Okay, so I guess we'll want to have Kara go first because Kara can get Sir Sanch back up. Kara has a level 2 right beside her. Kara can actually leave a lot of opening tokens behind, so I'm actually fine with her attacking this level 2, I think, as well. It's a little bit harder. But we do get a power dice reroll. I mean, I guess I could have Fleischritter go. 2 opening tokens. I mean, even if I hit with Kara, we're effectively leaving the same amount of tokens behind. So yeah, I think we'll just have Fleischritter go. And I think we will... Yeah, the only other level 1 mobs are 7 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could use Rush and get to number 7 and demolish him. But some of those are only 2 health. So I think maybe we'll have actually Kara go. I think we'll just try and like clear out some of the mob in terms of like not having everything super close together. So I think we might use Rush. So we're gonna activate Kara. Kara's gonna heat refresh. However, we are gonna use Inspire to stand Sir Sanch back up so he can actually get a turn. And we'll just keep that there because I'm sure he's bound to get knocked down again. And then I think we're going to spend another heat to use Rush. So we're going to move an extra spot. So we can go 1. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can attack actually from range, just in case there's a reaction for knockdown. This prevents us from getting knocked down. So we'll do that, and we'll attack with our dulled spear. So we roll 2 dice. We have +1 on there. However, we have 2 opening tokens. Let's turn this cantrip token into a break token, though. So we have +3 effectively. So we're looking at a 4 or higher on the dice. All right, so that's going to be 2 successful hits, a 7 and a 4. All right, so then let us see what we hit. And we also, because we did Rush, we get an auto break token, which is very, very nice. Yeah, let's keep that. So that's number 4. So let's flip this over. Okay, perfect. It's just a Bone Squire. So while this is revealed, all knights have -1 precision, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine killing this. And we get to reveal the leftmost unrevealed BP, which is this one over here. If we wound it, we did not get a crit, so nothing about that. All right, so let us try and kill this Bone Squire, because otherwise everyone gets a -1. So we get 1 power dice per hit. We got 2 hits, so we get 2 power dice there, and we get another power dice for our character sheet. So we're looking for at least 2. All right, so that's perfect. So we got both. We got 1, 2, 3. We have enough break tokens to utilize that chalice to turn it into 4 power, which actually gets us our over 2 bonus because we exceeded the armor by 2 or more. So we get to leave a free power behind for the next person. So that's gonna be really good for Fleischritter because he's gonna have a go probably at a level 2 marker next. All right, so that is gonna be a successful wound. So this Bone Squire. So this token goes to the next thing. And this Bone Squire turns into a wound that is level 1. So level 1 goes out of the AI and a level 2 goes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do have a wound reaction, so we have to reveal the leftmost one. Oh, that's really bad. Mindless Veteran. When you reveal this BP, escalate the lowest unrevealed mob. All right, well, that is going to eliminate all level 1s, so we can only attack level 2s or higher. Okay, this might be really, really bad. All right, so this level 1 goes away. We shuffle, or we take a level 2 and put it where it was. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is not good. We only have 2 wounds, and we only have level 2s and 3s to deal with. This could be really, really bad. Oh, and we have to do AI as well. So now there's only level 2s in the deck. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, well, let's clear the Night Pool. Finish our Kara's attack. So, actually, I should have left those. Our Spear, let's leave 2 opening tokens behind. We have the power token from our over bonus. And thanks to our... we should have gotten a passion as well. So we can leave either behind a opening or a break token. And I think we're going to leave a break token behind for Fleischritter utilize. Because he still needs at least some of those. Or at least Sir Sanch. Actually, Sir Sanch might go. Yeah, because Sir Sanch will be at level 3. He can leave a lot of tokens behind as well. And he has a pretty good weapon. So yeah, let us do that. So that was Kara's turn. So Kara has been activated. Unless we want to use any more abilities. I don't think so. Yeah, so let's activate Sir Sanch. So Sir Sanch has Heat Refresh 2. No Karas to refresh. I could use Scout Blade Works if I want to. I could actually use Sir Sanch Tactics if I want to go all out. But I think we'll save that for when we're about to, like, attack at level 3 or something. Because we're going to need all the help we can get for that. Let's see. Number 8 is a level 2. Well, we know what level 1, or we know what 1 is. That's the one right here. It's 5 armor. If we wound it, we have to draw an AI for the closest mob, which is going to be AI 2. Which attacking Fleischritter is not the worst thing in the world. If we crit, we can actually perform a bonus attack, potentially. Choices. So, I guess the question is, do we try to reveal some more mobs? Or do we just go and try and cut down things? I mean, there's no level 1s, unfortunately, anymore. I think I would rather not risk potentially getting like another mindless veteran right now. So I think we might as well try and go for that. We do have a healthy amount of tokens. Sir Sanch is pretty decent. So I think we are going to go 1, 2. And let's actually go on this side. We'll go 3. All right, we'll go 1, 2. And we'll attack this mob right here. I think I'm going to save a lot of my heat, so I don't think I'm going to use Rush. So we are rolling 1 dice. We have +2 on our trusty longsword, and we get a free reroll. And we have 2 opening tokens, so it's effectively +4 overall. So we need a 3 or higher to hit. All right, that's an... Oh, man, if only we had Deadly. That would have been a crit. But that's a hit. That's a successful hit. So, and we already know what we're attacking, so no need to reveal that. We do... I actually just forgot. We already have auto break 1 on our trusty longsword, so we get a free break token in our first ability window. And then now we get our power dice. So we get 3 for our trusty longsword, and we get a 4th one for our character sheet. So this trusty longsword is very nice. Unfortunately, we are not in grave. Well, I guess fortunately, we're not in grave status, so we don't get a free power, but that's okay. Oh, and I would have gotten a extra passion for attacking, so we're at level 3. Oh, that's a really bad roll. Luckily, we do get a power reroll with Sir Sanch at level 2. So let us reroll one of these. Oh, okay, that's barely a kill. We have 4 swords, 4 power dice, and luckily we did get a free power from before. So, oof, no chalices, but luckily we did successfully kill this thing still. Oop, wrong one. So that kills a level 2. Now this is still really dangerous because now we're going to be shuffling level 3s in from here on out. We also have to draw a AI for the closest mob, but of course we'll do that after we finish our attack. So in that case, let us escalate the deck. So a level 3 AI goes in, and a level 2 goes out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And... yeah, so let's clear the night pool. Alright, so for Sir Sanch's weapon, we can leave behind either 2 opening or break tokens, or a mix. Fleischwerder is the only one left to go next, and he has trouble hitting stuff, so I think we're going to leave 2 opening tokens behind there. Our heroic arc, level 3, we get an opening and a break token, and then we can choose either another 2 more openings or an opening and a break. I think we're just going to leave 2 of each, so we'll leave an opening and a break, and an opening and a break. All right, so we got lots for Fleischwerder to deal with. Unfortunately, now is the point where we have to do our reaction. So we have to draw AI for the closest mob. Normally, we would do reactions earlier, but of course, if it has to resolve in an attack or something, you do it after your current action's done. So let us draw AI for the closest mob. So that is going to be standee number... all right, it's here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be standee number 2. It's going to be a level 2 AI card. Mindless Slasher. Closest knight in range, definitely Fleischwerder. It's 3 dice, 7 or higher, so it's a low accuracy, which is good because he has the bandit cloak. So it's going to be 6 or higher. Fleischwerder hasn't gone yet, so he's not at 3 or higher heat, so no extra dice. However, for each 1 hit, roll another dice. If no other knight is in zone 1, ooh, no knight is in zone 1. He gets knocked down and choke. Shoot. And he already used his night roll. Doesn't have enough heat anyways. The only way we get out of this... actually, we can't. We can't get out of it. Crap, and he can't stand himself up. So this is essentially going to waste his turn. Oh, that's really bad. And also, choke is the worst on Fleischwerder because he only has max of 3 heat as it is right now. Is there any way we can get out of this? I don't think so. Because even if you successfully get a full evasion, so you evade every single hit, the rest of the move and attack things still happen. So he would still get knocked down and still get choked, but he just wouldn't get knocked back 3. All right, well, let's roll our 3 dice. Again, because we have our weathered leather armor, we get +1 to our evasion roll. So we dodge on a 6 or higher rather than a 7 or higher. Ooh, oh, that is a full evasion. So we got 6, a 7, and an 8. So that's a full evade. So luckily we don't have to worry about knockback. However, unfortunately, and we also don't have to take any damage. However, we still get knocked down and we still get choked. So this essentially means our heat cannot fall below 3. So we're permanently at 3 heat. And unfortunately, in this case, that's going to be max for Fleischritter. And that really, really sucks because I actually would have rather him get damaged so his heat limit goes up. Because he can't actually attack with his Rusted Two-Hander unless he has heat to spend. Wow, that's really, really bad. And we don't have any way we can get rid of choked. So Fleischritter might be actually completely useless here. Which is really, really is unfortunate because... we don't have a great way to do things. We're just going to have to hope he gets hit a bunch of times, I think. Alright, so that was a reaction off that. Unfortunately, Fleischritter is knocked down. It is his turn, though, so he does... yeah, at the end of your next turn, flip this card. So luckily that was knocked down off of a reaction, so he essentially just loses this turn, and then next turn he can stand up and attack. Oh, that really sucks. We still get our refresh, though, so that goes down to 1. Unfortunately, we cannot refresh our heat because we are getting choked. I mean, I could discard my two-hander so I could attack with knives, but, man, that's... I don't think that's worth it. I think I might just wait till Fleischritter gets hit. Maybe he'll just, like, tank for people. All right, well, unfortunately, that is going to be everyone's activation. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have anything... Yeah, we don't really want to do anything else for Sir Sanch. All right, so it is going to be the AI's turn. So Standy number 3 goes. And that's going to be over down at the bottom there. So it's going to be level 2 AI card. Flanking strike. So it's going to be closest knight in front in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be Sir Sanch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It's going to be 3 dice, 9 or higher to dodge. Each hit does 1 damage. If we have 3 or higher heat, which Sir Sanch does not, we have an extra damage and then swarm 1. But luckily no one else is nearby. And then after attack, it's knockback 3. All right. Yeah, so let's roll our dice. 9 or higher, huh? Easy. It's a 6, a 7, and a 5. So that's going to be fails. I mean, we have a lot of heat left over. We heat refresh 2, so we'll use at least 2. Reroll 2 of those. Oh, it's almost a 10, so it's 7 and a 1, so 2 fails, unfortunately. So roll for our dented breastplate. All right, we do reduce that by 1 damage, though, so we only take 2 damage. Oh, we're down to 4, though. So that puts us into level 2, which is major. Our heat's already at 5. Heat limit's already at 5. So we draw a level 2 Mortis card. Hey, Sanch's Cunning, so that's us. So we get a look at the top AI or BP. You may put it back on the top deck pile or in the discard. However, this is a mob fight, so we look at 2 BPs of our choice. And now this is not reveal, so any reveal effects won't actually come into play here. All right. Well, we'll yeah, I guess we sort of have to do that now. I mean, we can just do our knockback anyways. Since this would be 3 here, we'll just knock back up to that mob right there. So might as well, let's see, who are we going to be attacking next? Probably number 2. And probably number 8. Yeah, 2 level 2. So let's reveal those 2. Or look at those 2. Okay, so 2 doesn't have any reveal things. If we wound it, he's going to reveal the leftmost unreal BP and draw. It is only a level, it is only 4 armor, so that's not too bad, luckily. And number 8, oh, sorry about that, number 8's the Sergeant. Okay, so that one's really, really bad. So Instinct is to knock down. So we want someone with a Night Roll to be able to dodge out of that, or at least use Kara to attack from range, or even Renholder with his wand. Ooh. That's 5. I mean, all right, number 8 is this one. Number 2 is this one. So Fleischritter can only stand up if he uses his move action. or his combat action, or an ability to stand up. I mean, all right. Well, I'll just leave these flipped up because we get to look at them. They're not considered revealed. Actually, no. Just in case I forget, we'll flip those back over. All right. Well, that was good. Well, that was the first attack. All right, so number 6 gets to go now. And this can be the one on the far left here. Oh, this is a level 3 AI card. This could be bad. Automated slash. All right, so it's 3 dice, 7 or higher. Closest knight in range. It's going to be Kara. Well, it's actually Kara or Sir Sanch. Oh, also, Sir Sanch should have the priority target token because he has 3 passion. So actually, that would be Sir Sanch. Each hit does 2 damage. 3 or higher heat does an extra damage. We're only at 2 though. For each 1-hit roll, 2 more dice. If no other knight is in zone 1, knock down and choke. Luckily, we do have Kara there. And then gang up 4 afterwards. Ooh, and he's already adjacent to a mob, which means he gets knocked down. Okay. The only way this goes well is if we actually get injured enough where we don't draw a Judicium card, but we draw a level 3 Mortis card, and we get a counterattack. It's like the only good thing to come from this, I think. All right, so that is going to be, yeah, we're going to 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 3 dice. We're going to be rolling and trying to hit a 7 or higher. At least 7 or higher is one of the easier ones to dodge. Okay, that's a 9. Oh, 7, a 9, and an 8. Sir Sanch, you lucky ass bastard. All right, so that's going to be a full evade. So unfortunately, everything else still goes into effect. So if no other knight is in zone 1, knock down and choke. But luckily, we do have Kara right beside us, so we are in zone 1 there. So nothing happens, and because we did a full evasion, after attack doesn't apply, so he doesn't gang up 4. Okay, well, that was incredibly lucky. Okay, so then these 2 tokens go here. So 2 and 3 are going to activate next. Let us shuffle the AI deck. And we'll shuffle it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, so who do we want to go first? So we already know... Oh, now these are grouped up. And 6 is going to be really, really tough to kill because that is a level 3 BP. I mean, we want to clear out some of these. I could use an ability card with Fleischritter to get him to stand up. That would sort of like waste a thing, though. Oh, actually, no, he can't even... Oh, yeah, Fleischritter can't do anything because he's at full heat. Wow, that choked is getting really, really bad for us. All right, yeah, I guess we don't even bother activating Fleischritter. Consider him activated. Well, actually, we'll activate him just to get his night roll back, I guess. And he's done standing up from being knocked down, but he'll just... Yeah, I don't know if I want to, like, move him, I guess. Because that would be his combat action he would spend to get up. And the move action. I guess I'll just move in front of Sir Sanch, so number 3 doesn't attack Sir Sanch. And that'll be it for that. And then I think we're just going to have Sir Sanch attack number 8. Because we saw number 2 and number 8. So number 8 was the 5 armor one. So that was a really, really bad one too. So number 2 is the easier one. But we do have a lot of tokens in there, so it might be worth just using the trusty longsword, because Sir Sanch rolls the most power dice out of everyone else. So he has the best chance. I mean, I could just go for number 2, which we also revealed. And that's an easier one. I mean, either way, we're getting a level 3 BP. Yeah, I think we're just going to hit level 8, or number 8. Right beside us. Yeah, because we're all cluttered already. Might as well hit the one that's closer and already adjacent to something. Actually, I think I'm going to move first, just in case a reaction... Oh, actually, we know his reaction is... Yeah, if we fail, he gangs up, and since I'm already adjacent, Actually, I'm gonna get knocked down on instinct anyways, unless I crit. So I guess it's not doesn't really matter, I guess. But it does draw an AI for the closest mob, so I guess I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get on the outside there. So we'll hit number 8. This could be really, really bad, but it's okay. And Renholder and Kara still need to go, so we'll just take these cubes off. So we also get to heat refresh 2. No Karas to refresh, which is nice. I missed my tenacious card went underneath the character sheet, so I actually was looking at the wrong thing. So we're at 4 to 6, so we should actually be at 6 heat limit and card refresh 2. The tenacious card went under. Whoopsie. Alright, so let us attack. We got +2 on our rusty longsword, or trusty longsword. We got 4 in the opening pool, so effectively +6. So anything but a 1 we're hitting on. Alright, let's get a crit though. Alright, it's a 5. I don't think you can actually reroll successes, so we have to just stick with that. I don't want to chance it and roll a 1 for the second reroll anyways. So we got a successful hit. We already know what we're hitting, which is number 8. This sword does have auto break 1, so we get another break token in there, which is good. We already had plenty of opening. And we get to roll 4 power dice, and we're looking for 5 armor. Or 5 power. There we go. So we got 2, 3. We have 3 chalices, and there are 3 break tokens, so that brings our total to 6 power total. That's going to be a successful wound. However, we do have the instinct of being knocked down, unfortunately, and Sir Sanch does not have night roll, so he can't get out of the way of that. And we also have to draw an AI for the closest mob, which is going to be standee number 6. But that is going to be another wound. That is going to be another level 3, though, shuffled into the deck from a level 2 for the AI. Shuffle it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got level 2 next up. All right, we only need 1 more wound, though. And we know that standee number 2 only has 4 armor, so he's one of the easier ones. So I think we're going to gun for him next. And then, yeah, we have to do our wound reaction. Actually, we'll finish our turn. So we'll clear the night pool. So we can leave, for our sword, we can leave 2 opening or break tokens. Fleischritter's, I don't think is going to get attack at all. But I think we'll just do 1 of each. And then at level 3 passion, we can leave another opening and break. And then either 2 more opening or an opening and break. So I think we'll just leave 2 of each again. Yeah, so we'll leave 2 of each. Actually, I think he should be at passion 4. I don't think I raised his passion for this attack. I apologize if that's wrong, but I think that's correct. So we'll leave 2 of each. All right, so we're pretty well set up for next attack as well. However, we do have to draw an AI for the closest mob. So let us draw for standee number 6. It's going to be Swarmagore, 2 dice, 8 or higher, closest engaged knight in ranged. That is going to be Kara. So going to turn to face Kara. It's going to be 2 dice, hitting on an 8 or higher. Each hit does 2 damage, swarm 1, and unfortunately she does have another token besides, so it's going to be an extra damage per hit. So 3 damage per hit and knockdown, and then gang up 3. She's already adjacent though, so she would be knocked down. So unless we night roll, and luckily I do have enough to move out of the way of that, so that's fine. All right, so well, let's just hopefully dodge. We've gotten I think we got a couple of full evades this fight. That's a 9 and a 3, so oof. So the problem here is if I use my heat to re-roll that, I can't night roll. And I think Kara hasn't taken her turn yet, and I would rather not get knocked down. Ugh. Without Fleischritter or Sir Sanch attacking, though, it's already going to be really, really tough to actually wound this thing. Well, actually, it's we know standee number 2 actually is not too bad. So if I use night roll and move here, he'll essentially just push me 1 space to get adjacent to this mob. Well, actually, no, he can't do it on Sir Sanj. Never mind. So I move here. I'll essentially be pushed 1, 2, 3 up here. But that would actually get me in position to attack standing number 2. So I think that's actually fine. We just mainly want to avoid being knocked down. All right, so that was... we did get hit once, so that is still going to be 3 damage. And because Swarm 1. We'll see if my Mortis card actually changes this. Oh, let's actually also roll for our armor dice. Nope, no chalice. All right, so we take the full 3. Our heat limit goes up to 5. Or actually, no, we stay at 4. And we draw a level 1 Mortis card. Insulted. You may immediately stand up and perform a bonus attack. Wow, for a minor? Okay. So that actually cancels out the rest of the attack because of chain break rule. Essentially, attacks always interrupt and discard the other effects of the other attacks. Damn, that's a crazy level 1. All right, well, we get to free level 1 attack. Unfortunately, 6 and 8. Oh, wait. Should 8 have been... 8 should have been gone. Right? Oh, boy. I think I totally screwed this up. Yeah, 8 should have been gone. My bad. Because that was the damned sergeant. So that... Does that... I would have just taken 1 less damage because Swarm wasn't there. So I don't think that changes anything. Yeah, I don't think that changed anything. Okay, so in that case... yeah, I actually might want to attack. I actually don't think I want to attack here. Because I believe it was just a May attack. And the reason for that is because standing number 6 beside me is a level 3. And level 3s can potentially, when they're revealed, do a shit ton of weird stuff. We already know what our plan is. We're going to try to go for number 2. So I think I'm just going to ignore my attack. But luckily, we still get to cancel out the other attack with that Mortis card. Or the effects of that other Mortis card. So that's nice. Or actually, do we? Because we're not actually attacking. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess we're not attacking, so maybe Chain Break doesn't come into play. In which case, then I would have to use 2 heat to night roll. Yeah, since I'm not attacking, I don't think Chain Break comes into play because we're not actually interrupting anything. So we're going to spend 2 heat, and we're going to use our night roll to move 1 space right before the window of opportunity for the knockdown effect. And we're going to go here. Yeah, we'll move there. And then after attack, he's going to do his knockdown, but because we're not adjacent, it doesn't work. And then he's going to after attack and gang up 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, essentially being... Well, actually, it would be the frontmost. And he was facing this way, so he would actually push up to number 7. Not like it matters too much, but order of operations, I guess. Okay, well, that was just off of a reaction of Sir Sanch's attack. So now we can activate Kara. So Kara has Heat Refresh 3 and Card Refresh 1. So we get our Night Roll back, Inspire goes down. And I think we're just going to try to go for the kill, go for the win. Because we know that Ironcast 2 has 4 health, so probably the easiest one to attack. And we're going to go 1 step over and just utilize our reach with our unwieldy spear to attack from range. We're going to get one passion for that. We get to roll 2 dice. And we are hitting on, we have 3 opening tokens, and our spear is +1, so we have +4. So we need 3 or higher to successfully get a hit. Any actually abilities we want to use? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, okay, we got 1 hit. That's gonna be a natural 1, so we are definitely gonna use reroll, heat reroll. That is a natural 10. That is going to be a critical chance. So we got 2 hits with a critical chance. I don't think it's going to really matter here because it's our last wound, but still nice to get that. So let's see what we hit. We already know what we're hitting, though. We got our Panzer dead. So it's 4 armor. And if we did get a successful wound and the game would still go on, we would be able to flip a chosen BP face down. All right, so we have 3 break tokens, or 3 break tokens to utilize. We have 1 dice per hit on our Dulled Spear, and we have 1 dice from our character sheet. So we have 3 total. Looking for 4 power. Ooh, okay, that's not good. We do get a power reroll, luckily, but we only get 1. We need either 1 more chalice or 1 more power. Come on, Kara. Oh, are you kidding me? That's going to be a fail. Shoot. Shoot. Well, we did get the 3 or over bonus, luckily, so we get to leave a power behind for someone else. But that's really, really bad because now we... on an instinct, it draws AI for the furthest mob. Which is going to be... I guess furthest mob from the mob, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be number 3. Ugh, that really sucks. All right, this could be really, really bad for us. All right, well, let's finish our turn. So we get 2 opening tokens. We get to leave a power behind. And at level 3, we can leave opening. Let's just leave another opening, another break, and another break. So opening and 2 breaks. All right, and then let's draw an AI. Oh, it's a level 3 too. Fleischritter hopefully can just tank this. Summon the Horde. Closest non-engaged knight in range. That's going to be Fleischritter. Move to all other mobs in zone 2 towards the target and attack. Okay. Each hit does 2 damage and swarm 1. Yeah, I think Fleischritter's dead here. So he's going to move, and then move to all other mobs in zone 2. And that's from the mob, though, so I think that's actually just Ironcast dead, too. So he goes 1, 2, and he is also going to attack for 3 dice each, 9 or higher to dodge, and each hit does 1 damage. Or 2 damage and swarm 1, so each hit does 3 damage. So a potential 6 hits could happen here for 3 damage each. Yeah. Fleischritter might die here. We do get +1 to our evasion roll, so 8 or higher to dodge. We get 2 dice to re-roll. So let's do our attack for standing number 3 first. Okay, well, that's going to be 3 fails, so that's all hits, so it's 9 damage already. And for standee number 2, that is going to be a 1 dodge. So that's going to be 3 extra damage for times 2. So 6. So 15 damage total goes to Fleischritter. Unfortunately, we have no armor. So that's -5, actually. We do get our heat limit up to 6, which unfortunately doesn't help us because we have no... We can't... we're essentially going to be down to a 50-50 for Fleischritter. And because we have an excess of 5 damage, we actually have to shuffle in the You Die Horribly card before we draw. So we have an extra chance. We have a 66% chance of dying now rather than the 50%. All right, we'll shuffle it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you die. Memento Mori. Yeah, so that's unfortunately going to be a dead Fleischritter. I mean, I guess he did his job in tanking, but... Oh, man, only because we missed on 1 power. That's really unfortunate. All right, well, that was the reaction attack. So we do have... it's going to be all up to Renholder, I guess. Renholder does have a turn. Unfortunately, he is out of range. Oh, actually, no, he's not. So we can actually rush. Let's first activate him and heat refresh 1. Card refresh 1 and heat refresh 2. We are going to, I think, pull out all the stops here. And I think we are going to use a Lux token to immediately refresh one card. And which we're going to get our light trick back. And then I'm going to spend my other Lux token to place 2 cantrip tokens in the night pool. And I think... yeah, let's do that. And then I'm going to spend a heat to utilize Rush, so we can move with 1 extra space and attack with Auto Break 1. And we're going to gun for number 2, because again, we know that's probably the lowest BP armor-wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks to the Rush, we got an extra movement. So we can attack with our sword now with Auto Break 1. How do we want to do this? So when we declare our attack, we get +1 passion. We can also turn our cantrip tokens into stuff. We're going to get Auto Break 1, so we're going to get an extra break token. I think we're going to... yeah, I think we're going to just do 1 of each. Because I don't think we need that many. We already have +2 on our sword, so we effectively always have +1 anyways. All right, so let's attack with our bandit. We have +3, actually, so we have more than enough opening tokens. Oh, in that case... we'll make both of those break tokens instead. Just have as much possible utilizing the cantrip tokens. All right, so let us attack. So we're hitting, we have a +3 on the sword, +3 in the pool. So we're hitting on anything but a 1. That's a 9. Oh, almost a crit, but that's going to be a successful hit. So we are going to hit number 2. We're going to get our token for Auto Break 1. So we have 5 break tokens and a power. We get 2 dice for our sword and 1 dice for our character sheet. So we just need all the power. Come on. We got a free power anyway, so we just need 3 power. Perfect. That is going to be it. We have 3 chalices. We have more than enough break tokens. So it's going to be 5 power total there. And we have an extra power, so 6 power total. And that is going to be a dead Panzer Dead token. And that is going to be our 5 wounds we need. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, we killed 3 level 2s. So that was a pretty tough fight. Unfortunately, Fleischritter did go down and die. But you know what? It is what it is. Considering I don't think Fleischritter even got a chance to attack, I think we did pretty well. The upgraded swords and gear definitely came in handy for sure. So that's going to be it. So we get to resolve our little aftermath. So we get to gain loot for each level 2 and level 1 cards. So we get 20 for each level 2, so that's 60 because we have 3 of those, and we get 10 for each level 1, which is 2 of those. So we have 20 there. So we have 80 total gold for the party. We'll just give everyone 20 gold. Make it nice and easy. And that is going to be it. So then we can do our rest. So we are going to... let's just remind what rest is. All right, so we have resurrection. So if any knight is dead, resurrect with their full HP. But however, they lose half their clues, rounding up. Which I think is fine. We'll just delete the martial clue there. Then we reset our passion and our heat back to 0. Vigor does not reset though. And then we clean up. So we get to discard our condition cards as well. Reset our heat and passion. We don't reset our health, which means we don't reset our heat limits yet until after we utilize cards and stuff. So any other condition cards we can get rid of. We also get our cards back from our discard piles, which is nice. All right, so that's everyone's. And now we get rest abilities. So I think we're at 4 threat. It's not too bad. So all of our rest abilities are on our other side here. Oop. Let's get all those back in play. Maybe we might as well lower threat levels, like with some easy cards like that. Because I think we're going to spend a little bit of time trying to get Renholder's thing, so we might be in the second Del phase for a little longer. So let's inspire with you. And let's see for Fleischritter. Still have our Fleisch token too, funny enough. Ooh, we can actually use Rend. When you're about to rest, spend 1 Fleisch token from your night sheet and gain 1 heat to cap your passion reset at 2. Oh, okay, so I should have done this actually before I rested. Yeah, you know what? Let's just say I would have known to do that earlier, because actually in the cleanup phase you would have actually gotten rid of all your tokens. So yeah, I would have used Rend, I think. So essentially we gain a heat to cap our reset to 2 passion. So we start at 2 passion for the next fight, which is really, really strong. Okay, so our heat limit actually would go back to 2 for Fleischritter. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Any other rest abilities? Oh yeah, let's use a night roll for Renholder. And I think that'll be it. Ooh, Sir Sanch does need a heal as well. So we could use Scout Blade Works to heal 6. However, he starts the next fight knocked down. Or we could use Night Roll to raise our heat limit by 1 and essentially give him 5 health. That actually might be better. I don't know if I want to start him knocked down in the Egg Knight fight. So let's raise the heat limit or threat limit by 1. We're still at a decent threat limit. And we'll give 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll give Kara a health, actually. And Kara will be tanking more hits anyways. Alright, so then after you have done adjusting your health, then you will adjust your heat limit accordingly. So we're still at minor, so we just stay at 4 there. Yeah, right. Fleischritter goes back to 2. Renholder is back to full health, so he goes back down to 4. And then Sir Sanch is at 8, so he stays at 5 with card refresh 2, which is nice. All right, so that is going to be our full rest. So now it is time to head back to the delve and continue on to the second delve phase. But that is going to be in the next video. Of course, these videos get long enough as it is. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you are enjoying this series. Hopefully we can do the rest of the nights with solo mode in play. And also hopefully we can actually finish this run in a successful boss clash fight. But we'll see. I do want to try to get the story event done, at least for Renholder. But if push comes to shove, if we have to start the boss fight right away, I mean, we still haven't found the boss tile, unfortunately, so we could be in a little bit of a pickle. We'll see if we even get out of the second delve phase, but until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you then.